Hey guys, this is Nirupam from the Underwater Photography Guide and Blue Water Photo. Now, I just got back from a whole week of diving in the Sea of Cortez on one of my underwater photo workshops. I was lucky enough to take two of these bad boys with me. This is the Kraken 10,000 lumen LTD underwater video light. Now this light is pretty special for a Kraken light because it features a white beam and then also a spot beam if you want to use this light as a focus light. So it's really useful for those hybrid shooters that want to shoot both photo and video underwater for a great price. Now, because this light only has white light and it doesn't have the color features you see in Kraken Hydro lights, it's actually priced at $649 for 10,000 lumens, which I think is great. So I think if you're looking for a really nice versatile light, a hybrid light at a good price, this is gonna do it for you. So the light itself has a 120-degree beam angle. To turn the light on, you press the two buttons, and I already turned it on here, so it's in sleep mode, but you press the two buttons and you'll see this color panel turns on. Now the color panel changes color based on what the power level is on the light. So you know if you need to charge it or if the light is full or if it's half full, and that's pretty useful. To turn the light on, you press the middle button, and now you've got this nice wide 120-degree flood beam. The flood beam is adjustable with the left and right buttons by 20% increments. And the flood beam itself is 5,600 degrees Kelvin, so it's a kind of a cooler temperature light, as you saw in the video in the beginning. I like that look personally, but it's not as warm as some other lights, so it depends on if you like that look. I like how it looks kind of nice and blue and the colors feel real. Speaking of real colors, the light also has a CRI rating of 90. So what that means is your colors are gonna be pretty true to life, whatever that color representation is of your subject. Now, moving on to the spot beam, you press that middle button again, that puts it with the flood beam. If I press it again, then I'll hit that spot beam. And this is that 20-degree spot beam, 1500 lumens, which is perfect as a focus light. And to me personally, because the 8,000 lumen Hydra doesn't have a spot beam like this, I would actually choose the 10,000 over the Hydra because I like to shoot a lot of photos and that spot beam is very useful. So the burn time on the light itself is 40 minutes. Now that's not quite as long as some of Kraken's other underwater video lights, so it's something to keep in mind, but that's 40 minutes at full power. So if you want to shoot at half power, quarter power, then you'll get a much longer burn time than that, and this will actually last a few dives. And I really only keep it at full power when I'm filming and I need that much light. The light's really powerful, as I said, and at 120 degrees wide, you can actually use one light to shoot wide-angle video. And I was doing that with a fisheye lens. Now, if you are shooting with a fisheye lens, you might want two, and if you want to do creative lighting, you might want two lights. But overall, you can get away with one light, and I just had this mounted to the top of my camera system and was using that as my focus light and video light throughout the dives. Now, the charge time on the light is 3.5 hours. You can kind of get away with charging it between dives because it is relatively short, but I might still consider getting a spare battery in case you do want to do multiple dives back to back and don't want to have to worry about charging in between dives. The battery itself is pretty cool. It can be charged with a USB-C cable, and the nice carry case actually comes with a USB-C charger. Now this is the battery. It has a USB-C port right here. So you plug in the battery directly. And you can see this is the charging block, and it also comes with a cable. So that's pretty nice right there. The depth rating on the light is 100 meters, that's 330 feet, which is plenty for most recreational diving and even a lot of tech diving. I never had to worry about the light flooding, especially because there is actually a double O-ring seal right here. So you have two O-rings, and that makes it particularly safe. And if you do ever get a flood, the battery compartment is sealed separately from the head, so you really just have to replace the battery itself and you should be good to go. Now, the final cool feature on this light is it's got two fiber optic ports. One of the fiber optic ports, which you can see here, is the remote port. And that allows you to connect a remote control so that you don't have to reach up and change the settings on the light while you're shooting. You just press the button on the remote control and you can change the settings that way. The second port is a 10,000 lumen burst port, and that allows you to have a little burst of light when you take a photo triggered via fiber optics, And that kind of acts like a strobe. It's not super bright. It's not as bright as a strobe is going to be, but it's a nice backup in case you do have a strobe failure. You can actually use the light itself. And finally, the light comes with a ball mount to mount on a clamp or any other sort of mounting situation you need. It also has a YS mount included, so if you do want to use a YS ball for a little bit more motion, you can do that as well. So overall, I've been extremely happy with my experience using the Kraken 10,000 LTD. I think because it does have that spotlight feature, this would probably be my personal light of choice if I was looking at a Kraken light. $650 is an awesome price for a light like this. It's nice and compact, small, anodized aluminum, pretty hardcore. So I'm overall really happy with this product. Now, if you'd like to buy the product, I'm putting a link in the description below. If you have any questions at all, make sure you drop a comment below. Reach out to us at sales@bluewaterphotostore.com. If you like this video, make sure you hit that like button. It helps us with the YouTube algorithm. And also, please subscribe. We've got plenty of more reviews. We have camera reviews. I've got a new review coming up in the next couple weeks on the Canon R10, so stick around for that. And we'll see you out there diving with this light. Thanks a lot.